back on trail. So I think the last thing that I had said was that big rain was coming and we were getting off trail before it hit, and we stayed at the Wicked Wayside Hostel, which was fantastic. As it turns out, we stayed there within, I think she said, the first month of its existence. So that was really cool. It was a nice fresh hostel. The owner was so sweet, and she took really good care of us. Definitely a great place to stay. Personally, I mostly just enjoyed the kitchen. I made myself 3 different homemade meals. Pasta primavera one night, curry another, and then this morning I made myself an egg hash with veggies. And I even have extra veggies. There was a sweet little country store that we had gone to that had a good selection of vegetables, so I had lots to choose from. And I definitely ate a lot of them, so that was great. One of the main things that I've been missing, ooh, tight squeeze. One of the main things I've been missing out here is cooking. And so I really got to scratch that itch. It was so nice, and I got to feed some of my friends, which is double nice. So that was great. We did decide to take not just 1, but 2 zeros because of how intense the rains were. Vermont itself called a state of emergency, and the Green Mountain Club was sending out messages for all hikers to get off trail. We saw some crazy videos of the stream crossings that were at that point no longer streams, but full-on rivers that were super dangerous, and we heard tales of hikers getting stuck. So I think we definitely made the right call to just get off trail when we knew that that intense of a storm was coming. It was nice to be inside. The hostel did lose power for almost 24 hours, but we were safe, we were dry, we had a roof over our heads, a soft place to sit, and friends around. So could have been a lot worse. And I think taking 2 zeros was definitely the right call. Yeah, today we're back on trail, which is very nice. Still kind of warming up the ankles and such, but the trail is definitely mucky so far, although I think it'll probably get worse up here as we go. But yeah, we'll just have to see how today goes. We're gonna see how the water crossings are, see how long we can keep our feet dry, and yeah, make some headway going north. Stratton Mountain Fire Tower. We got the river over there, all the way over. That is Stratton Pond. And then if you look this way, I don't know if you can see it through the glass, on this mountain there are ski slopes, and that is Bromley Mountain, where we are headed for tonight. We are at Lie Brook Wilderness at mile 1648, which means we are 3/4 of the way done with the trail. There was not a sign, so we made our own. It's very red. Why is the water red? Well, not really sure why, but we crossed, we came down here and crossed there and came up. Not sure why it's closed.
Other than blue and round.
Okay. Okay. This is an interesting bridge. It's just metal. Bromley Brook, I love you. Fitting. Hiking up Bromley Mountain. This is actually a ski slope. This is what a ski slope looks like in the summer, with a beautiful view and lots of wildflowers, which I love to see. Just got to the top of the mountain. The AT just came up that path that goes down run number 1. No drastic views yet, but we haven't quite crested the hill, but there's the ski lift. And here's the hut where we're staying. Clearly they're working on a new expansion there. But look at how cute. The hut stays open for hikers, so we are staying in here. Kind of messy, but suits us just fine. And there's electricity. Look at this. This is so cool. Depending on the direction I look, apparently I can see mountains in 4 states. And I don't know which one's which, but apparently I can see all the way to Moosilauke in New Hampshire and all the way to Greylock, which I passed a couple days ago in Massachusetts. Pretty cool, pretty beautiful.
You guys want to take a picture now?
A little bit, yeah. On the thingy?
Good morning. We just woke up at the Bromley Mountain Ski Patrol warming hut. This morning, or I should say last night, I popped out because there was a chance we could see the northern lights today, but I did not see them. I did, however, get a great view of the Milky Way, and I saw 3 shooting stars. So that was lovely. I was up kind of late to see that. And then I woke up early too. Look at this view real quick. That's where the sun set last night. Amazing. I got an incredible view this morning and was up early because I woke up to see the sunrise, which was also beautiful. So I'm running on actually not a lot of sleep, but it was absolutely worth it. Today we have a pretty simple 17-mile day to Little Pond shelter, something like that. It is supposed to rain 1 to 2 inches tonight, but we only have 17 miles, so we should get to the shelter relatively early. And oh, the trail's kind of overgrown. And it looks like the shelter has a lot of space for folks and has a good, nice covering out front with a picnic table under it. So in the event of all of the rain that they're saying we're going to get, we should be totally fine and have lots of space to spread out under cover. So that's very nice. I think first thing this morning though, I'm just headed down Bromley Mountain, which should be fun. I'm looking at some slick rocks I'm going to need my poles for, so I think I'm going to do that and head on my way. Vermont. Why? Just started raining. Pack cover went on, which is honestly kind of like wrestling a small toddler. That's what it feels like when I put on my pack cover. Quick little thought about some gear issues that I've been having. For one, my pack cover here has gotten a handful of little holes in it, and the ones that are bigger I was taping to fix. But it's got a lot. It's not, I don't know what it's from specifically. There probably isn't one specific thing, but I reached out to Sea to Summit and they're going to replace it. Hopefully I will be getting another one in Hanover. And also I had an issue where a while back when I pulled out my fleece, which had been just kind of in my bag for storage sake at the bottom because I didn't need it over the summer. When I pulled it out, it had a huge hole in the middle of it, and I don't know what it's from. Lightheart Gear told me that they didn't have a warranty program to replace it, and I sent them pictures because they wanted to repair it instead, and I was like, guys, I don't think you understand how big this hole is. And so I sent them a picture, and they responded with, yeah, we can't fix that. So pretty bummed about that, because I was ready to start using my fleece again pretty soon here when we get into New Hampshire. So I got to figure out something for that layer, but I may still just buy another one from them because I want to support them, and they're a small company. But anyway, just some musings about gear while I'm using a piece of gear that's not 100% effective anymore. Standing here, crawling up this mountain. It's way steeper than that looks. There's a loon calling in the distance, and the thunder just started rumbling. Good morning. Today we woke up at Little Rock Pond Shelter. I'm walking away from the lake. Ooh, it's right there. Last night we were supposed to get, originally it said 1 to 2 inches of rain. I don't think that necessarily happened, but we did get quite a deluge for a little bit. I was happy to be in a shelter. It had a metal roof, and it put me right to sleep. Especially after not sleeping a whole lot the night before. Last night I slept so good. Yeah, met some new people in the shelter. It was really nice, honestly. It was a really great shelter to be in for the rain because it had this really nice awning out the front and a picnic table that was underneath that. So yeah, great spot. Because it rained more though, we are thinking about the creek crossings coming up today and wondering what those will look like, especially after all the rains. Previously, the ground was already saturated, so we'll see what happens today. But otherwise, today we're just doing a simple 12-mile trek to a road crossing, and we are going to hitch into Rutland, Vermont, and we are going to go stay at the Yellow Deli. So, stay tuned for that. Just came across some rock sculptures that are kind of interesting. More over there. And with the rocks, someone wrote mud. They're not wrong. We got Peace Lassie. And more of these sculptures. Look at all of them stacked up. Have you ever seen a more stylish thru hiker?
Keep going. You got it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Good morning. Today we woke up at the Yellow Deli, or well, the hostel, the hiker hostel that they have kind of upstairs from the Yellow Deli. Our stay there has been absolutely fine. My short review of it is just as long as you've done your research and you know what you're walking into and you are comfortable setting and upholding your own boundaries, it's a great place to stay. The people are super nice. The deli sandwich that I had was one of the best I've ever had, and the cream cheese pie that I had with their homemade blueberry sauce was sensational, to say the least. So, definitely a decent place to stay as long as you have awareness walking in. We also are kind of taking advantage of the fact that there is a nice little 18-mile stretch between the first road crossing for Rutland and the second road crossing for Rutland. So me and my crew are doing our first official slack pack, or some of us are, I should say. Not everyone is doing it, but I am. So I've got a, oh, I can't even see it, a very sad and deflated pack back there. It essentially just has my lunch and water in it. Yeah, I knew from the beginning that I wanted to do some slack packing at some point, and I was putting it off because I wanted to save my slack pack days for when I needed them, for if I, you know, was having a physical ailment of some sort. And that hasn't happened. So I'm getting to the point, in fact, today at some point here, we are going to hit the 500 miles to Katahdin sign, which is insane. And I'm getting to the point where I want to make sure I get to experience all the things that I like wanted to do while I'm on trail. And so slack packing was on the list. So here we are. I am slack packing today, and I'm honestly really having to fight the urge to go trail run because I've really been missing that, and I feel like I can today. So I'm actually holding myself back a little bit. There might be some trail running that happens for little spurts here and there, but we'll just see what happens. But yeah, like I said, we're hitting the 500 miles to Katahdin mark today, and then we are also going over Killington. So very exciting, very cool. There's lots of people staying actually at the Yellow Deli that we know. So last night we actually had a bit of a reunion with some folks and have been hanging out. So it's been a great time. And I am happy to be staying there tonight. And I'm also really excited to be slack packing today. So great day. All right, in we go. There has been, as everyone is talking about, an insane amount of rain in, not Virginia, wrong V state, I keep doing that, in Vermont. But honestly, as fast as the waters rise, they also go down. So luckily, me and my crew have not had any sketchy water crossings yet, but there are several times, like what I just had, where you just have to walk through it because that's actually the safest route rather than trying to balance and jump from wet rock to wet rock. And to be honest, it's kind of liberating because once my feet are wet, I don't really care. And then I just can walk confidently through the trail. So wet feet today. Going for ice cream. Can't get there fast enough. Chocolate milk, cheese curds, ice cream. Look at this. It's like a hat. Oh my gosh.
And a little doo-wop. Oh, it's loose.
500 from Katahdin.
Okay, because you could tell by the way that it is.
You really could now. You really can.
It's cool, like if you actually like look at the flower itself.
We got
You
a
see a
pile of
CT?
rocks with all of the states. So this is P, Pennsylvania, G, Georgia, Massachusetts, New York, Tennessee, all the way around.
As you do.
Really fun. I know the video won't show this, but that is straight down. That is hands and knees crawling up the mountain. We're headed up to Killington and already have a first little peek at the view, but it's beautiful up here. We're just socked in with this conifer forest. Amazing. This is the second highest peak in Vermont.
Is that what it is?
Say what? This has happened a couple times on trail where I don't know, the trail just really hits you sometimes. It's a beautiful day. I have wonderful friends. I'm proud of myself. Yeah, it's just, sometimes it's really good. Look at that. Yep, that's all.
I got on the farm up
My dad's a farmer.
Hey, howdy. We are currently walking through Rutland, Vermont. We debated taking an extra 0 today because we were supposed to get another couple inches of rain. That said, it's supposed to be raining right now. So we're heading back to trail. We're doing a simple 10 miles just to get to a shelter because we are supposed to get so much rain and there is a potential creek crossing in our day. So we'll see how it goes, but excited to be heading out of town and back into the woods. Here we've got the split, long awaited. The long trail goes that way and the AT goes this way. Both actually are marked by white blazes, but this sign is telling us long trail, AT. Goodbye, long trail. I think the thing loving the rain more than any of us is the mushrooms. Hot vibes. Ooh, look at that. Hello.